Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to solve Cambridge O-Level Physics Paper 1 multiple choice question. We have the subject code 5054 and the variant of this paper is 12. For the session of October-November 2024, we have 1 hour allocated for this paper time. The important information in the instruction is that we have to use the value of G, that is equal to 9.8 meter per second square, and we have 40 marks for this paper. I'm gonna start our question paper from question number 1. Question number 1 is that the diagram shows a clothes peg height is this. Which device is suitable for obtaining an accurate value for the height of the clothes peg? A tape is used where we have to use longer distance and where the material is twisted or turned around, and meter is not suitable because this is a very small height. A micrometer is a very suitable device for this purpose, and measuring cylinder is very wrong option, that is not used to measure the length. So option number C is the right answer. We have for measuring cylinder we use volume to find that. Moving to question number 2, which set of quantities are all vectors? Acceleration is a vector quantity. Yes, we know that displacement is also a vector quantity and velocity is also a vector quantity. Vector quantities are those quantities that require both magnitude and direction. So that's why option number A is the right answer. Moving to question number 3, the graph shows the motion of a cyclist during a ride that lasts 14 seconds. What is the average speed of the cyclist for the rider? We know that we have the formula total distance, that is equal to average speed. We have the formula total distance over total times, and total distance from the graph we can see that it is 25, then this is 26, then this is 27 and 28. So this is 28 and total time is 14 seconds. So 28 divided by 14, it would be 2 meter per second. So option number A is the correct choice from the given option. Moving to question number 4, the diagram show how the velocity of a train varies with time. This section of the graph shows that the magnitude of the velocity of the train is decreasing. We know that over here the velocity is decreasing, and we also know that at Q the velocity is increasing, but its direction is opposite on, that's why it is showing in the negative, and from here its velocity is again decreasing to 0. So due to negative it is showing otherwise. So this is the right choice. So option number P and R, that is the B, is the correct option here. Moving to question number 5, a metal disc is squeezed in the jaws of a vice. It's a device like a micrometer. Which property of the metal disc is unchanged when it is squeezed? We know that mass cannot be changed. Yes, radius can be changed, distance between its atom and the forces between its atom can be changed. So only fixed quantity would be mass. Option number A is the right choice. Moving to question number 6, the gravitation field strength in the space is smaller than on the Earth's face. How are the mass and the weight of a satellite affected as the satellite move away from the surface of the Earth and into the space? Both the masses and weight are unfair. No. Weight is affected due to the gravity. The mass decreases and the weight, no, mass doesn't change. So this is the wrong. The mass increases and weight, again mass doesn't change. The mass is unaffected and weight decreases. Yes, this is the only correct option because mass always remains constant and weight depends upon the value of gravity. Moving to question number 7, a material has a density that is equal to 2.4 gram per centimeter cube. What is the density in kilogram per meter cube? So this is a simple question of conversion. So you need to change gram into kilogram by dividing it by 1000, then change centimeter cube into meter cube. 1 meter cube have 100 centimeter cube. So you need to multiply 3 times because it's a cube, so 0 0 0, and this 0 would be cancelled by this. Then 2.4 multiplied by 1000, it would be 2400 kg per meter cube. You can use calculator, you are allowed to use. This is not maths P1, so you don't need to worry about that. Moving to question number 8. An object falls vertically through the air. Which diagrams represent the forces acting on the object? A force of the air on the object, option A, and force from the earth on the object. Yes, we know that due to gravity objects falls on the earth, and due to air resistance it opposes its motion is force. So option number A is the correct choice over here. Option B is invalid because both cannot be in the same direction of, and gravity is not in the upward direction. So option number C is wrong, and D is also wrong due to that. Moving to question number 9. A force F is applied to a lever at a distance L from the pivot as shown. Pivot is that length D is the perpendicular distance between the force and the pivot, which is fraction is the moment of force about the pivot. We know that the formula for the moment is force into moment arm, and moment arm is represented by D. So option number C is the right choice over here. So this was a simple question of applying the formula. Moving to question number 10. Question number 10 is that a rocket is launched vertically upwards by a constant force from the engines. The data for the launch is shown. Weight of the rocket, that is 1.9 meganewton. Average air resistance is 0.10 meganewton, and force from the engine is 3.5 meganewton. How much work done on the rocket is used to increase the speed in the first 100 meters? So we have to apply the formula for the work done, that is equal to W is equal to F into D. For find, we have to apply the net force. And how can we find the net force? By calculating like that. Weight engine is 3.5, obviously weight would oppose. Also air resistance also oppose that, so it would be 1.5 meganewton. So 1.5 meganewton is multiplied by 100 meter, so we get the answer that is equal to 150 megajoule. So option A seems to be the right option over here. So this was the question that was tricky question, because you need to find the net force first before applying the formula. Moving to question number 11. Question number 11 is that which equation is used to calculate the efficiency of an energy transfer? You need to memorize the formula for this, and efficiency has the formula output over input, simply useful energy output over total energy input. So option number A is carrying that option, so I'm gonna select option number A. Moving to question number 12. 4 objects of different masses are lifted through distances in different amounts of time. In which combination of mass, distance and time is the greatest power transfer? First you need to deduce the formula for the power, that is P is equal to W by T. But over here W is not given. We have to calculate work done is force into distance divided by time. And again we have not been provided with the force, so we can use the formula W is equal to mg instead of force. So we have to apply this formula in force situation, mg T over d. T is for time, and in each case you have to calculate, and in whatever the case the result would be, the greater would be our answer. The value of m is over here is, applying this formula, is that 2 multiplied by 9.8 and distance is 2, then divide by 3, you get the answer that is equal to around almost 13. Or you need to also multiply over here by the mass is 1.5 and this G value is 9.8 and distance is 2.5. You need to divide it by 2. You get the value that is almost equal to 18.3, or you can write 18. And over here you also have to apply this formula. 2 into 9.8 multiplied by 2 divided by 1.5. You get the value that is equal to 26.13. You can write 26. And over here you need to also apply this formula. M is 1.5, G value is 9.8, and the value for the distance is 2.5, and divide by 1.5. You get the answer that is equal to 18.8, or you can round it to 19. And option number C is carrying the greatest value. So option number C is the right answer. So first we deduce the formula for the power, that is equal to W by T. Then we apply the formula of work, that is 4 into distance. Then we apply the formula for the force, that is F is equal to mg. Then mgd divided by T. In each case we have substituted those values and calculated the maximum out power, that is 26 watts. Okay, moving to question number 13. I think question number 13 is also like 12, is also more of a calculative, and one of those questions that are that requires certain kind of expertise to deduce a formula. Okay, which you have to apply very carefully. Air at a pressure of 1.0 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square is trapped. This is the pressure. Okay, and the container is of the height of, that is 0.18. A force is applied to move the piston down into the container. The volume of that air remains constant. Volume doesn't change. The distance between the base of the container and the piston decreases from 0.18 to 0.15 meters. So the distance is decreased, that is 0.15. What is the new air pressure inside the container? So first you need to identify this formula. I think if you are missing this one, this is the Boyle's law. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So you have to apply this formula, that is P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Okay, what is P1? We know that P1 is given, that is 1 into 10 raised to power 5. And what is V1? V1, we know that it's area, if it's volume, into length. And for P2, that is we need to find, and same way A into length 2. So you can cancel with A with A. Now substitute those values, that is P2 is equal to 1 into 10 raised to power 5. L1 would be 0.18 and L2 would be 0.15. After substituting those values, you get the answer that is equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. So this is the C option from given option. Apply the formula for P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Substitute those values, and volume is not given directly. You have to find it like that, area into length and area into the, in both cases the area is the same, so we can cancel each one of these values, then divide it by 0.15, and putting those value in this, we get the answer that is equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. Moving to question number 14. Question number 14 is that a sealed gas syringe contains a gas that is kept constant volume. Which row describe how a change in the temperature of the gas affects its pressure? What is the pressure in the gas? Pressure in the gas is that the particles colliding with each other and colliding with the walls of the container. When the temperature increases, the collision increases because they have more energy, so they vibrate more, so they have more chances to collide with each other. So the temperature increases, then the pressure would also increase. or temperature decrease, then the pressure would be decreased. So in either of that answer is would be correct. So when the temperature increases, then the pressure increases. So option number C is the right choice over here. Moving to question number 15, the melting temperature of gold is 1064 degrees Celsius. What is the melting temperature of gold in the Kelvin scale? So you simply need to add up 1064 plus 273, that is equal to 1337 Kelvin. So option number D is carrying that option. Moving to question number 16. Question number 16 is again a very tricky but easy question. But you need to carefully read the data and carefully apply your all knowledge. Your knowledge, even though your knowledge of class 6 and 7 would be helpful. Okay, the table shows the melting and boiling temperature of three elements: argon, nitrogen, and oxygen. Argon minus 189. So if and boiling point or boiling temperature is minus 185. So you need to carefully understand this concept. Below melting point, the object will always be in the solid, and above boiling temperature, the object will always be gas. So below boiling point it is solid, and below melting point it is solid, and above boiling point it is gas, and between melting and boiling point object is in the liquid. So over here it would be liquid, over here it would be in gaseous, and over here the temperature would be in solid. Okay, at which temperature are the three elements in the different states? So one should be in solid, and one should be in the liquid, and one should be in the state of gas. So at minus 220, minus 220 is actually higher than all of these values, so it cannot be selected. Minus 205, so it is between this but and this value, but it is far higher than that value, so this cannot be. Minus 190, so minus 190 is lower than this. It means that argon should be solid if this is the answer, and nitrogen minus 190, it is between those values, so nitrogen should be liquid, and minus 190 is below above this, so it would be in the state of the gas. Okay, so okay, over here minus 190 degrees Celsius is higher than this, so it should be gas. Nitrogen and oxygen, it is between minus 190, is between those values, so it should be liquid. So nitrogen would be liquid. So all these three states are present at minus 190 degrees Celsius. Option number C is the right, and minus 170 is lower from any of these values like minus 120. So these are the both A and D are the most wrong option over here. So option number C is the correct, because at minus 190 argon would be solid, and minus 190 because it is higher than that, so it would be in the gas states, and minus 190 is between those temperatures, so it would be in the liquid state. Moving to question number 17, the diagram shows a liquid at a room temperature in a beaker, which reduces the rate of loss of liquid by evaporation. We know that evaporation depends upon the surface area, temperature, and we're gonna select that. Blowing air across the top would increase, not reduce. Heating the liquid would also increase, so these are the wrong option. Putting a lid on the beaker, yes, that will reduce. So option number C is the right, and transferring the liquid into a beaker is means increasing the surface area, so option number D would increase, not reduce. So C is the correct option. Moving to question number 18, what is the color and what is the texture of the best absorber of infrared radiation? It is black and dull, so option number B is the correct choice over here. Moving to question number 19, which row gives the velocity wavelength, or that is in that is an ultrasound wave. We know that ultrasound waves should have the value that is greater than 20,000 hertz. So we need to calculate, we need to know the formula that is we're gonna apply, that is V is equal to F lambda. Then frequency is not given, frequency should decide whether it is higher than 20,000 hertz or not. So frequency we calculate by V by lambda, and over here it is written in the form of centimeters, so you need to convert it into meter by dividing it by 100. So it would be 0.66 and it would be 0.89, and this would be 0.06, and this option would be okay, this option would be 0.25. So dividing 330, our formula is F is equal to V by lambda. So divide 330 by 0.6, it would be 5,000. Divide 890 or to 0.89, it would be 1,000. And divide 1500 to 0.06, you would get the answer that is equal to 25,000. And in this case, dividing 4,000 by 0.25, you get the answer that is equal to 16,000. So 25,000 is greater than 20,000. So option number C is carrying the right choice over here. So this is how we have calculated. Moving to question number 20. Question number 20 is again contain calculation. Okay, the diagram shows a ray of incident on a plane mirror 30 degree. What is the angle of reflection? So first you need to draw the normal line and subtract 90 minus 30, it would be 60, and this would be also, this would also be 60. So angle of reflection would be here is 60 degree, option number B. Moving to question number 21. An object is placed in front of a mirror. Which diagram shows the image formed by the mirror? We know that distance from the mirror should be the same, so option number A is carrying that, and option B is also, but option B is showing the inverted real image, so it is what should be virtual. So option number A is the correct choice over here. Option C and D are very wrong options. Option number A is the right choice. Moving to question number 22. The diagram shows, again this is a calculation question. The diagram shows, okay, the diagram shows a ray of light traveling from the air to the medium Q in 942. You need to subtract it from 90, you get the answer that is 48. Then again 90 minus 49.5, it would be 40.5. What is the critical angle for the boundary between medium Q and air? So first you need to find the refractive index. The formula for the refractive index is like that: N is equal to sine I over sine R. So it would be sine 48 over sine 40.5. So after calculating, you get the value of refractive index that is equal to 1.14. Now you need to apply this formula to calculate critical angle. N is equal to 1 over sine C, or you can write it like that: sine C is equal to 1 over N, and the value of N you just calculated is 1.14. So you need to substitute this value over here, 1.14, and take the inverse. So 1.14 would be equal to 0.87, and take the inverse of this, 874. Okay, now you need to take the inverse. C is equal to sine inverse 0.874. You get the value that is equal to 60.9 degrees. So option number C is carrying that option. So we're gonna select that option. Okay, moving to question number 3. Which two waves are components of electromagnetic spectrum? Light and sound, these are not. Ultrasound and ultraviolet, no. Ultrasound is not. Water waves are not. Infrared is yes, and ultraviolet is yes. X-rays and microwaves both are the right choices. So option number D is carrying that choice. Moving to question number 24. 24 is that diagram shows an iron nail in four different situations. In which diagram the iron is the nail and induced magnet? So option number C and D cannot be happen because when switch is open in both cases. So option number C and D are the wrong choices. Option number B cannot be happen because these both are iron bars only. Option number A is the correct, which contains the magnet which would induce the magnetism in iron nail. So this would be induction. Okay, moving to question number 25. Which row correctly shows a magnetic metal and a non-magnetic metal? We know that iron is a magnetic metal and copper is a non-magnetic metal. So option number C is carrying that option. Okay, moving to question number 26. 26 is that a freely suspended magnet is held perpendicular to a uniform magnet. Okay, as shown, the magnet is viewed from the above. What happens to the magnet when it is released? Option number A, it turns through 90-degree clockwise. We know that magnet will move from north to south, so it would move like that. And when the magnetic field lines and the magnet north is aligned, it will stop to move. So it turns through 90-degree and it should be anti-clockwise. So because north is moving, so option number B is the right choice. Moving to question number 27. A plastic rod becomes charged when it is rubbed with a cloth. This statement gives the reason for the charge on the rod. The plastic rod loses proton. No, proton cannot be loose. The plastic rod loses electron, yes, and become no. When some material loses electron, it becomes positively charged. So this is wrong. The rod gains proton. No, this will not be possible. The plastic rod loses electron, yes, and become positively charged. Yes, option number D is carrying the right statement. Moving to question number 28. Again, this is a very tricky question. For resistor, each resistance are connected in the series with the cell EMF from left to right. What is the current in each of the resistance? We know that in series circuit the resistance would remain, current would remain the same, and the formula is I is equal to V by R. Over here V is E, and over here the combined resistance in the series is getting, by adding those 4R, it would be 4R. So our answer would be E over 4R, and for each resistance the value of current would be the same, E by 4R, E by 4R, E by 4R. So that is the right answer. Option number A is carrying all those answers. So option number A is the right. Moving to question number 29. How can 1 volt also be expressed? We know that the formula for the work done is moving a unit charge is QV, then V is equal to W by Q. The formula for the unit for the W is joules, and Q for Q is coulomb. So joule per coulomb would be our answer. So 1 joule per coulomb. 29. Option number D is the correct choice. Moving to question number 30. X is a piece of wire. Again, this is a very tricky question. X is a piece of wire with length L, area and a resistance R. Okay, this is a piece of wire, this has a resistance of that, and wire Y is made from the same material and connected to wire X. to produce a component with a total resistance of R by 2. It means that when Y resistance is added, the total resistance of X and Y is R by 2. So it means that Y should also have the resistance of R, because both these values, when we add them, it would give us 2, but what we have to calculate what are the dimension of the Y and how it is connected to X. So first we need to identify either it is connected to series or it is connected to parallel, because the value of resistance is decreased, so it means that they are connected in parallel. So option number A and C are carrying the parallel option. Now we need to apply the formula. We know that resistance is directly proportional to L over A, and for that case the L is 2L and over A is 0.25, and 2 by 0.25 would be would be 8. Okay, so this is 8 we have calculated, and if this is 8R, then if they are connected in series 1 over R plus 1 over 8R, then the effective resistance would be 8 plus 1 over 8R, that it is equal to 9 over 8R. So this would be their combined resistance. So this is the wrong answer, because their combined resistance is R by 2. Now in case of C option, now we have to check the C as well. 4L over 4A, by putting those values in that case we get the value that is equal to 1R. And if both resistance in case of X is R and in case of Y is R, and equivalent resistance for the parallel case is calculated by taking the reciprocal, it will be 2 by R, and then take the reciprocal of 2 by R, that is equal to R by 2. So option number C is the right choice over here. This is one of the trickiest question of this paper, like 13 and some questions of calculations are tricky in this paper. Moving to question number 31, which circuit contains a fuse and diode? We know that this is the symbol of fuse, this is the symbol of diode, but these need to be contained in one picture, and this is the right choice. Moving in option number D. Moving to question number 32, how energy is transferred with the kettle? How energy is transferred within a kettle that is powered by the main supply? Okay, an electric work done. Yes, electric work done. To chemical energy, no. The work of a kettle is to heat, so it should be thermal energy. So option number B is the right choice over here. Moving to question number 33, a magnet moves through a coil of wire as shown. This is a typical question of Lenz's law. Magnetic poles are produced at the two ends of the coil, and as the magnet enters, as the magnet leaves the coil. Okay, which poles is induced at P when the magnet enter? Okay, Lenz's law is that this solenoid will behave like to oppose this motion. When this is not and it is entering, then this will oppose. How can this oppose? The entrance by making it to a north pole, and when it leaves the magnet, and which pole is induced at Q? When it leaves, what would happen? When it leaves, it means north is moving that way, so it will oppose this movement, and this would become south and this will become north when this will oppose. So when it leaves, it should be north at P, and at when it enters, it should be north at P, and when it leaves, it should be south north at Q. So option number A and C carrying that. So option number A is carrying both the ticks, so option number A is correct. When this is north and it is entering it, this will oppose, so this will become north. And when it is leaving, so it will oppose this movement, so it will become south. And if this end becomes south, this would become north. So this is how we have done and applied the Lenz's law. This is a very beautiful question of Lenz's law. Moving to question number 34, this is the right hand rule. A straight vertical wire contains a current in the direction as shown, which is what is the pattern of the magnetic field around the wire seen by an observer viewing from the position. This is the position of the eye, and this should be over because this way the current is moving, so it should be clockwise. So option number D is carrying that option. Moving to question number 35. Question number 35 is that which part of simple DC motor reverses the direction of the current in the coil once every half rotation of the coil? The armature, the brushes, the slip rings, and the slip ring commutator. Yes, we know that slip ring commutator are used so that its direction doesn't changes and it reverses the movement. So option number D is carrying the right choice. Moving to question number 36, which statement about the nucleotide nuclide notation RZX is correct. R is the nucleon number which is different for different number of different isotopes. So that yes, nucleon number is different for different isotopes. So option number A is the right answer. I said that 30 question number. Okay, moving to question number 36. During a radioactivity experiment, the background reading is 28 counts per minute. A radioactive source is placed 2 centimeter from the detector, which is connected to a counter. Okay. Counter readings are taken without the sheets of different material placed between the source and the detector. Okay. Type of sheet. No, if there is no sheet, then it is 750. If it is a thin sheet, it is 750. It means it cannot be alpha particle because alpha particles are blocked by the thin card, so it cannot be a beta particle, alpha particles. Okay. Oh, and 5 millimeter thick aluminum, it means they have blocked the beta particles, so 2 rays can be in there, that would be beta and gamma rays. Why alpha rays are not present? Because the thin card have not blocked any of the rays, so it means that alpha particles are not present. So this was a good question. Again, moving to question number 38. Are radioactive isotopes injected in a patient as a part of a medical test? The radiation emitted is directed outside the body. What are the suitable properties for this isotope? Alpha particles cannot be passed through the human body, so option number A is right. Wrong. In a few years, half-life, if a few years, it means that it is present inside the body, the radiation for the few years, so this cannot be the answer. So option number C is the right choice, gamma rays, and for the few hours, so our body would be present without those rays, so this is the better answer. Moving to question number 39. Okay, a student writes 4 statements about the solar system. Light takes approximately 3 × 10⁸ seconds, not meter per second, so this is the wrong option. The earth takes approximately 24 hours to rotate on its axis, this is the right option. The moon takes approximately 1 month to orbit to the earth, this is the right option. The sun takes approximately 365 days to orbit the earth. No, sun doesn't orbit the earth, earth orbits the sun, so this is the wrong option. You need to carefully read those statements to identify which statements are correct. So option number 2 and 3 is carrying the right statement. What is never formed by the explosion of a red supergiant? Never formed. A black hole can be formed, a neutron star can be formed, but a white dwarf is formed only when there are small star explode. So option number C cannot be happen when a red giant is formed, explode. So option number C, a white dwarf, is the right answer. So this is how we have completed this question. I would rate this paper a bit tricky paper, and this calculation, not straightforward formulas are applied, and I would ask all my students to prepare this calculation by watching this video, and do share with your friends and community who needs help in the physics and in such topics. And if you do need to ask any question related to any MCQs solved above in the video, you can ask in the comment section. I will reply ASAP. And do not forget to like this video and support this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Allah Hafiz.